Hey guys, if you're enjoying the show and listening to us talk about what needs to be said in surfing, then please do us a favour and chuck us a follow wherever you get your podcast fix.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all the rest. The best part about it, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing. That way we can keep bringing you the goods. You can also find some of our stuff on Instagram and TikTok where we throw up some extras. So please tune into those.
Our handle on that is @the Podcast. And once again, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show.
Finley James, cheers. Good to see your mug in the flesh.
We're back in the laboratory.
Yep.
In the podcast studio of dreams, and I'm very happy to have you back. It's not the same doing over the phone or over the computer.
No, not at all.
I don't like it, and it means we can slap into a couple of these little better beers as well that we've been graciously sorted out with by the lads. So everything's good. Life's good.
It's hard when you travel around and try and find a drop in a foreign country that you're going to like. You have to kind of go through a couple to get the good fruits.
Yep.
Modelo's all right, but
okay,
nothing compares to a better beer.
Absolutely. How was your trip anyway? We kind of caught up. You're looking pretty Zoidbergish. You're looking red and lobster-like at the time of recording. How was the rest of your cleanup? Did you sort of resolve any other issues over there? Any personal issues you might have come across or?
Didn't find Albie in the cave. I went Foster King, try and find him. Couldn't find the cave.
Yeah, Albie Layer for those
Albie Layer, that is. No, it was good.
Mm.
We actually had a dinner with the Kiwi and Australian consulate over there.
Really?
Which was pretty fun, shoot. So that was kind of fun. Just shook hands and tried to look important and whatnot. But big thanks to Sea Cleaners crew for hosting us, and Hawaiian Tourism, as well as the Outrigger. They put us up.
Beautiful.
Both in Oahu and in Maui. So big thanks to those guys.
None of which are sponsors this pod, so we'll gloss over those pretty quickly.
yeah. I should probably send them an invoice now, actually. But Finley, one thing I've been stinging to get back in and press record to bring to the light of day is Hawaii is 10 hours from Australia.
Sure.
About 9 hours there and 10 hours back. The winds. Don't actually know what that means, but apparently there's some winds up there that make you go faster or slower.
Yep.
I've got a new pet hate. It was previously elderly drivers.
Yep.
And they're still up there. For example, I turned into a street the other day and this elderly driver looked left and right about 15 times before actually moving. It was safe the whole time, might I add. My new pet hate is when you sit on a plane and you haven't even pushed back yet and you're just trying to get comfy. I got fucking 10 hours on this thing, moving your butt around to try and find a little groove. I've got my headphones over there, my water bottle's there. I don't need to get up for nothing for the next 10 hours. And then you hear and see a middle-aged man, actually probably about 45, 50, watching a video on his phone, full volume, no headphones. Now, that is criminal. And everyone's looking at this bastard going, do you know the stink eye? Mate,
what are you doing?
No one's saying anything, but everyone's eyes are saying, what are you doing? He's sitting there as happy as a pig rolled in shit, just going, I can't wait to go to Sydney. And everyone's there fuming that he's, watching Lost or some shit on he's got 15 seasons of Lost downloaded, full volume, blasted. And the worst part was his wife was next to him and she was just oblivious to it. So it was I'm quite lucky that I've got AirPods, the Pro ones that are voice cancelling. Yeah. So I was pretty zonked, but that is probably top of the list for a pet hate.
So 2 questions, or you kind of semi-answered one. Was he watching Lost, or do you know what he was watching?
I don't. It was something that I couldn't really... he was sitting behind me, so I didn't really get to see.
Yep.
But it was in English. Okay. That's all I know.
And then second question, would you rather that or a child crying?
A child crying because everyone knows, the parents know that everyone's fucking hating this. Yeah. So they do everything they can to shut it up. But this bloke was literally just oblivious. Thought he was at home in his own fucking lounge chair, just full volume. And these new iPhones, they're great. They're like, you don't even need fucking headphones to.
They got some good speakers on them.
Yeah. So this guy just, I don't know. He fortunately he did get the memo at about the 1 hour mark after takeoff. He decided to whack him back in, but man, oh man, everyone was just giving him the stinker.
An hour, in my opinion, is too long. Anyway, that's far too long.
His phone probably fucking died.
Yeah, probably. That was probably the only thing that stopped him. I've got my own observation from this week, and we've discussed this before the pod, because I wasn't sure whether you know what this word means, but among Gen whatever now is, what's Gen now?
Gen, no idea.
Gen whatever the generation of now is.
Probably got a flag associated to it though.
The brain rot generation, that one. The ick is a word that has been circulating, and the ick refers to when it can be male or female, I believe. Generally, it's sort of associated more so with females, but it's something that someone of the opposite sex does, or whatever you're into. Could be the same sex. We don't judge here. Someone that you're potentially attracted to does something that immediately is just a straight turn off. Done. Like, you're pretty much the sister to them at that point. Like, it's just not on the table.
Sure.
So I had one surf at Flat Rock this week, which is one of the better waves around here. Amazing wave. That's it. Well, that wave is an ick in itself occasionally, but the ick that I had, and I've actually shot you this video. You've been instructed not to watch it before, so I hope you haven't.
I love these ones. It's like a gender reveal.
This particular video, as Zach pulls it up, is a man. And it's not, obviously, I don't have those friggin' Ray-Ban glasses on that record what you're seeing, but I found it actually rocked me to my core so much so that I had to find it online and send it to you. Sitting out at Flat Rock, and I look out, and a middle-aged man, and it's not that he was a middle-aged man, this could be anyone of any age, riding an e-foil. Now,
mate,
I'd love you to pull up.
And don't get me fucking started, Finley. I just sat down. I just cracked a beer. It's a beautiful afternoon, and you've just tipped me over the edge.
Well, and look, nothing against e-foiling, nothing against foiling.
I have everything against e-foiling.
I appreciate the traditional foiling art more of like actually.
Nah,
I don't like it, but
pass.
I can see merit in doing that. The e-foil for me though is a different story altogether, and it wasn't that he was necessarily riding one, or the fact that he was wearing a rugby league headgear, so not even a normal helmet.
I've just seen what you've sent me. Yes.
So just play this. I want you to talk me through the process of standing up, not even surfing the foil, just standing up.
Yep. So I've just pressed play. This guy's zooming along. It looks good. Oh, no. So I'm watching a gentleman in a full suit with a helmet on, a gaff helmet in doggy style, he looked very comfortable in this doggy style. Looked like he's been doing cat camel every morning. So he's spent a prolonged amount of time in doggy style. And then it says here, when you're ready to stand up, which I don't think he's wearing gloves, man. He's and then he stands up.
It's purely the act of standing up on this thing. You're on your hands and knees, and we'll insert clip here for those watching on YouTube.
He's in doggy.
There's no better way to describe it than what you said there. And it's not like it's an awkward clamber to your knees, and then there's like some kind of posture change. It's awful.
This photo you've sent me here. Do you know that weird? I don't even know what the fuck you call it, where like kids in America are dressing up as like dogs and have like leather masks and they jump over like all the obstacles.
Or there's a couple. So you potentially could be referring to a furry, which but there's another one called hobby horsing, and that clearly very clued in on this. Hobby horsing is another great one, and that is when someone rides those when you're a kid and you're more so if you're a girl, your parents get you don't have a sister. So
A rocking horse then.
No, it's like a stick with a horse head attached to the front of it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, but they ride it as if it's a normal horse.
Yes. Yep.
That is hobby horsing, and that's crazy that that's even considered a sport. It's really just insane.
There's a few things.
But
broken.
this is in the same ballpark as that,
I think so.
as hobby horsing.
It's just there's a motor on it and they just stand there. Like I've seen them out here too. There's a couple that go in the Ballina River, and it's just boring.
So you're taking more of an issue with just the fact of just e-foiling generally.
Nah, there's something that all foilers possess,
Right.
which shits me.
Okay. Can you narrow that down to any finer details, or is it just something? Is it?
No. It's say you're surfing at the pub at Lennox Head.
Yeah.
And you're out the back. The pub is located on a beach that's called 7 Mile Beach, right?
Yeah.
It's 7 fucking miles long. You don't have to be a genius to figure it out. You'll be surfing there, and someone on a foil. Foilers are looking for unbroken waves to catch, because broken waves is actually quite hard for them. They get too much speed and it throws them off.
Yeah.
They will go directly in front of you and catch the unbroken wave that you wish to catch in about 20 seconds' time.
Yeah.
Little do they know or have any idea that they could go 7 fucking miles to the left and do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But they have this possession of going, look at me, man. I'm on my e-foil. That cost me $38,000 and I'm just here to flex it. And then they end up nosediving and shit.
Yeah.
And it just shits me. They always do it. And I'm going to throw kiteboarders in there too. I'm going hell for leather here. Kiteboarders as well. They just have this like big dick energy that they just have to, you have to see them. And kiteboarders, they could go 20 Ks out to sea where there's big chop and have just as much fun, but they just want you to see them doing their spins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It shits me.
And maybe that's why I took such an issue with these two fellas, because there was two of them out there, very slow waves, not many waves coming through. And in the time it took them to surf their wave to completion, they were then back out the back and ready to catch the next one that was coming through that I was hoping to catch. And then he fell off and I saw him and I was like, mate, you're getting it on the pod. Like, the way you just stood up then, not acceptable.
You mean doggy?
Yeah.
Been in doggy for 30 seconds.
It was bad.
Can I just add too, these are deemed PWCs. It is no different legislation-wise to driving a jet ski through the fucking lineup.
Well, if it specifically has
motorized, if it has a motorized component,
Yep.
which all the e-foils do, E meaning electric foil,
Yeah.
it is a PWC. I'm going to quickly go through the requirements for using a PWC in the ocean. There's different requirements if you're in like rivers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Tell me, this fuck knuckle that you saw out at...
Could be a good bloke, I'm not sure. I don't want to go personal, but also...
just a fuck knuckle out in the ocean. By the time his feet are on the...
He's associated himself with that kind of behaviour. Yes, continue.
Yeah. This person of interest that you saw surfing, I have some questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he wearing a life jacket?
No.
He wasn't?
No.
Okay, that's a no good. Did he have an EPIRB?
A what?
EPIRB.
What's that?
It's an emergency location signal thing where you click the button and Coast Guard will come get you.
He potentially could have. I don't want to speak for him on this one. I don't know.
Okay, this one he definitely didn't have. This is the law, by the way, if you're in the ocean.
Right.
Did he have a compass and chart?
He might have had one attached to his foil. I don't know.
Would have to have a fucking rucksack on his back at this point. Was he within 60 meters of a surfer
Yes.
against the law?
Directly in front of me at times, yeah.
Did he have a knife?
I hope not.
Did he have lights? Did he have lights on?
If he had a light, I would have had to paddle him. If he had a freaking torch on his head, I would have gone in.
Are you seeing my drift here? Like,
Yeah.
Well, their classes of PwC, and there's a lot of rules, which we've spoken about
Bit of grey area
on
there, clearly.
the podcast previously about, what you need.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I guess it's the same with e-bikes and the like. Like, there's a bit of grey area there with sort of what
there is.
can and can't do.
Anyway, so if you're listening to a movie on your phone on a plane without headphones or a e-foiler, you can just get fucked, honestly.
Another one as well, while we're on this sort of topic of like Magoo things to do. So another observation I made this week, has the spring suit gone the way of the webbed glove?
As in reframing that, is the springy dead?
Is the springy dead?
The springy is dead.
It's social suicide to wear a springy.
Oh, actually, Oki loves a springy.
Yeah, so like Oki's, how old's Oki?
Yeah, but Oki can make it cool again.
He's throwing like Oki's of the generation of spring suit wearers, where the new generation, you can't wear one.
Yeah, but they're there. They've evolved.
They're there. The one you can wear a springy if it has long arms on it or long legs on it.
There you go.
That's the thing now. You can't do it anymore. And not so much like I've always sort of been impartial to a springy. Like I've worn them at times, and especially when I was younger. But the young kids coming through now, they hate them.
It is religiously long arm, short leg.
Yeah, you cannot wear a springy. And it was funny because like I look back at some of the people that when I was growing up, like Owen Wright, he was always good for a springy. He always had some pretty cool springies.
There's one further than the springy, which Owen Wright.
The short John.
The short John.
Don't get me started on the short John, but the
Harley Ingleby. There's a couple that got short Johned.
The short John's
the wedgie string.
It's an issue itself. The springy though is where I'm sort of more so concerned with, and from your perspective now as the leader of men at Billabong, have you got kids,
of what?
Men and women? Have you got crew coming through now that are asking for springies?
No
one, eh?
No, they all just say, "Can I get a long arm spring?"
There we go.
No, I'm with you on this.
Yeah,
but it's evolved. The long arm spring is the spring.
But you can't wear this. That's what I'm saying. It's gone the way of the webbed glove. Had practicality at some point, and it's now been chuffed out the back door.
I used to actually be sponsored by Triple X sweatsuits.
Yeah.
And I was no stranger to the springy. I used to whack the board shorts over the top.
Yeah.
I hated my little chalk looking.
I remember you wearing, you did the double up, eh?
What double up?
You did the springy with boardies.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like
every day. And it used to look weird because the back zip used to start where the boardies finish.
Yeah.
So you could tell it was just a springy and not a vest.
That could be even crazier. No one's wearing boardies and springies anymore. Like Lane Beachley might. I could imagine someone like Tyler Wright potentially also.
Pauline Menzer.
Pauline Menzer could wear springy boardies, but good to know that my observation of springies generally is they've gone.
Can we find out in the comments or something if crew are doing that, or should I just go to a psychiatric ward now? I'm not sure. I feel like there was a couple people getting around the board shorts over the top.
I think look, no one I know.
Oh, I used to be mad. I swear I used to see like Sean Kensdale do it.
Cans, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't make it up. I saw it from someone else. Surely you think it was cool.
You've taken inspiration from someone.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm the only one.
Well, there we go. We've aired our grievances on a few things that we've noticed in surfing this week.
I want to chat about the Insta reel that you created.
Yes.
Top 10 earners of
competition earnings specifically.
Competition winnings.
Did have to specify that on a number of occasions in the comment section.
It's funny on the internet, you can specify it 100 times and there's still one doorknob going, what? There's no way I didn't make more money. It's like, oh my fucking God, did you come down in the last shower? Just listen. There's captions over it and there's
numerous comments.
Finley talking about its WSL winnings. Anyway, looks like in the comments it kind of caught everyone by surprise, right?
Yeah, and most specifically, Molly or Millie Pickles, as someone pointed out.
I like that. Yeah, Millie. Yep,
Millie Pickles, millionaire. She clocked over the 7-figure mark this year on prize money alone. Now, a couple of things to add there. That's purely prize money. From memory, Carissa Moore a few years ago from Red Bull, I believe, got a $500,000 world title bonus. Now, Molly's also on Team Red Bull. So there's probably every chance, maybe not 500K. She doesn't have the runs on the board that Carissa Moore has, but I imagine there'd be a fairly significant world title bonus there for her from Red Bull. Alongside that Rip Curl too, I'd imagine. And that's also not including her salary for this year that she would always be getting regardless of how she went. So that $1 million is far unders on what she actually made. But people in the comments were surprised at the ladies made more this year. And there's a couple of factors there. One being less ladies on tour.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to travel as far into the draw to make more or equal prize money to the men than they otherwise would. Now, this is fine. It's a crossover year. Next year there's going to be more girls, and this figure's gonna level out.
Still not equal though, right?
It's not equal, but it's closer. The reason Pickles made so much this year is because you've got pre-cut and you've got post-cut earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-cut, and this is maybe interesting. We may have even specified this before. If you're going to win an event, you want to win the event in the back half of the year or the back 4 events. You do not want to win. I mean, you do. You take it. But so first place in the front half of the year gets $80,000 US for a win. Second place gets 40 or 45. So there's quite a big jump there from first to second. So if you win that final, you're almost doubling your money than you would have got from second. Now, if you go to the back half of the year, for doing the same thing, there's actually less people in the draw because 10 of them got cut at the mid-year cut. You make $100K for a win. So you're getting $20K US more. In Australia, we're looking at probably $30K Australian more for the win. And for a second place, you're getting $63K. So if you're making the final, you're making an extra $20K for each placing. Now back to Molly, she went second, first in the last 4 events. So you can see how that prize money clocked up pretty quickly for her, and then won the world title, which is a $200K WSL payment for winning. So that's how she got so high and mighty so quickly. Mm-hmm. The men, just there's more of them, and probably one thing to say on the men is that the talent pool is more widespread. So there's less people being no one's being as dominant throughout an extended period. Obviously, Yago this year was really, really dominant, but there was times where he got a lesser result and other people won. So that's why his prize money is not as much, because he's splitting it with other people that are as good. Molly just tore the tour to pieces this year. Mm-hmm. So that's any confusion there. That's what that is.
Yeah, well wrapped up.
Is that
great monologue right there?
Is that it? Is that what you wanted from me?
Yeah, no, you've summed it up perfectly. Someone's still going to comment and be like, no, that's fucked.
Yeah. Look, there's the argument. The girls do technically get paid more for doing less work this year. But they've been sort of in the past, it wasn't always equal pay. And then moving forward, there's going to be more girls. So that prize money is going to level out. Still probably going to favour the girls ever so slightly, but it's not going to be so much of a factor.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some people in the comments that weren't happy because there is a lot of, we could talk about it until the cows come home. It's not for this episode, maybe for a future one, but there's a lot of reasoning why women should get paid the same and not the same. But yeah, I don't know, we'll just leave it at there.
Yep, for sure.
But what I wanted to segue out of that was someone who didn't make the list was Leonardo Fioravanti.
Yes.
I don't know how much you paid attention to his wedding.
Oh, I paid attention, mate.
In Italy.
I paid attention, don't you worry.
You would have to think that thing was 6 figures. Like, he got married in a castle.
Yeah.
There was everyone was suited up. It was formal as fuck. No flip-flops getting around that one. It was catered with chefs walking around with platters. Wasn't just one of those plastic tables that everyone's got in their garage with this an old Christmas tablecloth over the front. There's some party pies and snacks over there.
Can I just jump in here? Oh, you're getting married at some point in the future. We don't know when. You've obviously got a fiance. I'm slightly concerned for Gabby that you're talking about the garage plastic table with a tablecloth draped over it.
Oh, we've agreed upon that already.
Oh, you've agreed? Okay, so that's... Yeah. Okay, cool. Continue, sorry.
Mate, come on. The table's the vital part. You'd have to think that thing was $100,000 or more.
It did... Oh, 100%. I don't know. There's a pretty hot list of people that attended too, by the way. He had all of his...
Yeah, I was waiting for TMZ to be in the bush or some shit.
There's some big names there. yeah, it looked like someone out of I don't know,
James Bond.
James Bond. That's a great summation of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like a little James Bond, a big James Bond wedding.
And I was very like attentive to who was there, and it looked like 50% of the tour was there.
Yeah.
Which means 50% of the tour wasn't there, and there was a few WSL stars like Joe Chappelle.
Yeah.
Didn't see Kaipo.
Yeah, true.
So you'd have to think, is that not the most fucking awkward invite list you've ever got to build? You literally travel, Leo's been on tour for 6 years. You travel with these guys 85% of the year, or maybe 75, whatever. And you're like, imagine the day that he sent all the invites out and then the next event. And everyone's, you can't tell me that in the locker room they're going, oh yeah, Italy, like, because like I know Connor was frothing, like go to Italy, like he's taking his bub over, his Steph was frothing, like it's the trip. So there's no way that all of them aren't going, oh, not talking about it. Imagine the poor bloke or woman who's like, yeah, I think mine's coming. It might have got stuck in the mail.
Do you reckon Grigea got an invite?
Nah, not at all.
Maybe fanning the fire of some of his competitors that didn't get him. Maybe they thought they were friends, and they're
that's yeah. It's always awkward sending out invites to people like that you work with. And then there's like the thing like, are you a work friend?
You can't invite everyone, can you?
Well,
you've got to draw the line at someone.
It looked like that venue, like you could have, like it was a castle.
True. That catering, they would have been extortionate like that. He would have been just going. He probably himself, like you just noted, didn't make that rich list this year. Don't worry about Leo, by the way. He's getting looked after by a number of different brands.
Yeah, there was no GoFundMe for the wedding.
No. Like that suit would have been Gucci all over for sure. But
shall we jump into a bit more surf-related items, seeing that we've been blasted for going off topic before?
Sure. Yeah.
Surfer of the week. Who is it, Finley?
Now, Surfer of the Week this week. He's been here before. We've honoured him with this title at least once.
You don't get anything for the title.
You get absolutely nothing. You might get a post on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Which we hope you share.
Yes. Please share.
Please share it. We will be offended if you don't. So for this guy here, he's had it for definitely catching the two best waves ever to be ridden at Queenscliff Bommy in the history of Queenscliff Bommy.
Yes.
And it happened in the space of less than 1 year.
Stop edging me. Who is it?
Tommy Myers. He is coming out last month or so, signed a deal with Florence. He's on the Florence team now, getting to do whatever they do. Go yachting, I think, is the main activity that's accompanied by a Florence sponsorship.
Probably e-foiling.
Maybe e-foiling.
Foiling, just regular foiling.
Definitely foiling.
Maybe even kite surfing. Fuck.
I've seen John on a foil. But Tommy Myers, a clip got posted of him, leaked, you might say, of him on the internet. I don't know if he wants people to know this side of his surfing. I think maybe he just wants people to think I'm a hellman that just sits out Queenie Bommy and waits for 100 footers to come through. But a clip got leaked of him in the last week or so of him ripping the bag out of a 2-foot right-hander. Don't know where the wave was.
It looked like trestles.
It did look like trestles, but he was bloody throwing tail.
Yeah, this one surprised me. When I saw it, I was watching it, and like most things on Instagram, I kind of watch the video and don't read the caption first, like most people, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, this got rips. Like, kind of thought it was like maybe Kieran Perro or something, something like that. And then when I saw the name, I was like, huh? A fucking big wave surfer who can actually do a turn? Like, those two worlds rarely collide. Like, they are two separate scenes. And if you went to Mark Matthews and said, hey, look, can you rip the bag out of a 2-foot trestles wave, he'd be the first person to be like, oh, fuck. Maybe don't pick me in the next ABB fucking teens challenge.
Yeah.
But if you want a big barrel, someone to ride a big barrel, then call me out. Like, they're not going to be offended by that.
No.
Tommy Myers is Houdini who can do both. Like, I was gobsmacked that he can actually surf like that. We watched the clip before we hit record, and it looks like he surfs like Kolohe and Dino had a baby with Laurie Towner.
Yeah, for sure. Not as good as those guys, obviously, but the style reminiscent, and like even maybe the hair, I'm not sure what it was. It's reminiscent of like a Laurie Towner-esque, but if Laurie Towner was ranked, I don't know, 200th on the Challenger Series potentially. I don't even.
I'd put him in the top 80 on the Challenger Series.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless, he bloody rips. And and it is cool, like you said, to see someone making that crossover, because there's not that many guys that do it. You've probably got Shane Dorian, obviously he had a great career on tour. Billy Kemper, he has a crack. He still does appreciate a bigger wave, like you see him ripping in Hawaii, but he can surf. Ryan Hipwood actually rips as well, and he's obviously known for surfing pretty solid waves. Aside from that, like there is a few others tattered in there, but they're like sort of the big sort of three plus. Good to see Tommy Myers has that aspect to his surfing as well, because super underground regardless, whether it's big waves or small waves. He's sort of announced himself to the world this year. But yeah, maybe Tommy Myers would be, if we were doing an ABB and he was part of Team Libre, maybe he'd be getting the call up, because he...
After that clip, fucking hell. Finley, you've just been pushed out of the team. Sorry, bud.
Hopefully Tommy does. Oh, I don't go to ABBs anyway. I just go to the lower tier ones, but potential. I'm hoping one day, Zach, if you can make this happen.
I'll have to talk to the big boss for that one, and some financial incentive behind that.
Zach's just gone red, which means I'm not getting a call up, which I'm completely okay with, because Zach's seen me at previous tag team events asking what wax I should use on my surfboard, which
5 minutes before your own heat.
If you do ask that question before a heat, probably a sign you're not made for that sort of stuff.
I think I said you've already lost the heat if you're asking me that question or something.
Did I win the heat though?
You did.
Thank you.
Didn't you get second?
I won.
Sorry.
You got
quick
second.
Yeah, I did.
So, hang on, just quickly as well. Side note, I don't know how good a form this is. You messaged me this morning telling me you won the heat, that I was in my house. Zach went surfing and came in and said, I won the heat. I don't know how, like, is that play on?
Okay, so it's 7:46 this morning. I called you saying I'm going surfing. And then I come in at 10 to 9.
Yes.
So that's an hour. An hour and 4 minutes.
Sure.
And that was me checking the beach every 5 minutes, going, he's going to come out. He's going to run down the sand.
Let me jump
in. Don't jump in.
No,
here.
just quickly. Were you, and I was sitting on my bed going, I hope he's not looking at the car park waiting for me like a little sad dog. Were you doing that?
I was doing that.
Oh, no.
I was doing that. I haven't seen you since I got back from my trip.
Continue.
I was watching the beach like a hawk. I had sufficient waves in 64 minutes, so I went in. I tapped my phone. You didn't even have the fucking audacity to say I'm not coming. I was expecting one missed call, one follow-up text message saying, hey, sorry, man, I got caught up at home. Nothing.
Can I vouch myself here? It's
gonna have to be like, you're gonna have to give me something like a speech from Abraham Lincoln or something great.
An Orwellian speech. My rebuttal to that is, I thought about texting you. The only issue there is you're in the water, so you have no way of replying to.
Oh, that's a shit answer.
Why would I text you if you can't reply?
It's more knowing that I'm going to see the text at some point in time. It's like when someone's on holiday and I have to email them, they've got their email bounce back on. I still email them and say, hey, I hope the trip was good. I know they're not going to fucking read it now and reply. I'm saying, hey, in future, when you read this email, hope the trip was good. You could have done the same.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Thank you.
It makes me sad to think you were like a little lost puppy staring at the beach waiting for me to rock up. Now, you surf for an hour. I deal in 2 hour increments. I don't surf for any less than 2 hours.
That's fucking
when
bullshit.
I go out. There's a long history of evidence to support this. I was at home at the time. You were surfing probably a 10-minute drive from my house. 10 minutes to get ready. I also had to wait for my girlfriend who also wanted to surf. That was by the by, I could have left anyway, so I won't include that. So I would have got there with 40 minutes to spare in your surf. You had a meeting at 9, I knew that. So I didn't.
40 minutes surf with me and you still denied me.
Not enough. Not enough.
You could have stayed out for an hour and 20 more.
I surfed a better spot than where you surfed. and I
Yes.
surfed for 2 hours.
And tell all the listeners what the wind was doing at that point in time.
It was northerly, which is primo for where I was surfing. Sharps Beach. Loves a northerly.
Let's get back on track. I've forgiven you, but only fucking just. Now, we have a listener question
Yes.
that we thought was pretty good.
Two people asked the same question, and if two people are asking it, it means it's not a fluke. So, and that question was from Alan MR or Alan Mister. I don't know what your username, how you'd like me to pronounce that, and Cole Campbell. One was last week, one was this week, but we've been pretty critical in the past about the wave quality on the elite tours. So we're talking about the Challenger Series and the Championship Tour. So the question that they asked was, can we choose our ideal changer?
Yep.
And we've done that.
We have done that, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, if I just qualified through the Oceania leg, and this is where I'm going, I'd be like, oh, sweet. We have purposefully put times across them as well to make it easier for the athletes to not go choppy change, fly here, fly there, fly back, go back.
We've done 3 things. We've done timing, so expenditure. We've done
Location is a big one.
Location, so not having them flying back and forth to Timbuktu. We're trying to do it in a manner that is sort of linear and makes sense. And we've also done it so that they have breaks in between.
One more.
4 things, yes.
Seasonal.
We've
Don't go to fucking Pipeline in June.
Correct.
Guess what? It'll be flat.
We've made it so that these areas are going to be optimized to get the best waves possible.
Yes.
We've dropped a few, but a few probably...
Sakurama was quick to go.
That was one of the first gone, as was Huntington Beach. Both iconic in their own way. The WSL aren't going to like, and we don't expect the WSL to even consider this for a second.
I'm expecting them to give us a call.
Well, they're not going to like that we've dropped those 2 events, but we've proposed events in similar locations that satisfy those markets that are better quality waves. So
yes,
let's run through. So event 1 and 2, we were thinking everyone's in Hawaii anyway. They're going there for the winter. They're going there to try and get a closeout at Pipe and get a shot of it, or hopefully make one. But generally, it's a closeout. So
calling. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you there. Calling Pipe a closeout.
No, but the people that are going from like if I go there, I'm not getting a good wave. I'm getting a closeout.
Oh, okay, I get
like
you.
There's obviously I'm not calling Pipeline a closeout.
Yes.
They're going there to try and get some semblance of a good wave at Pipe, which generally won't happen. So we've obviously Pipeline's event 1 in January. January is like probably the perfect time to surf Pipeline. They start getting waves there November, maybe October. Is that pushing it?
Yeah, I guess from almost late October you'll get a random one.
Yeah. So they generally Pipeline breaks over winter. The rest of the year, it's pretty much flat, correct?
Yes, I was there in May, and you could go skimboarding at the world's scariest wave.
Yeah. So we've obviously chucked Pipeline in January. Usually the backdoor shootout, I think, falls in January, or it's usually a later season event. In the past, the tour event's been in December, and they get skunked because it's early season. There's still sand on the reef. The prevailing swell direction means that the sand builds up, and then it takes a couple of days with the right swell direction that's good for Pipe to actually clear that sand away. So that's why oftentimes you see a lesser forecast for the CT event. Generally, the backdoor shootout pumps, the Vulcan Pipe Pro used to pump, all of those sort of specialty events afterwards, they were really good. So we've chucked Pipe in January. Now, rather than making these guys travel from Pipe to wherever, we've just gone, why not keep them in Hawaii? And we haven't gone Haleiwa. I suggested Haleiwa. Zach didn't love the Haleiwa call. But we settled on Rocky Point.
Yes. It's somewhat high performance. It's just fun. It's rippable. It's like, if you're going to do a season in Hawaii, I feel like you're going to be surfing Rocky Point more than surfing anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones where, like, yeah, you can surf Pipe. You know, everyone wants to surf Pipe. Not going to take anything away from Pipe.
Yeah.
But when it's 3 foot, cross shore winds, like just which is most of the days, like at probably midday onwards.
Yeah.
Rocky Point is one of the funnest waves around.
It's like our version in Australia of D-Bar. There's a wave
much.
there's a wave there every day. You can surf it.
Some of the best surf clips have come out of Rocky Point when it's howling cross shore.
Yeah.
They're going left and
boosting.
boosting.
Hazelwood comes to mind. Levi Slawson.
Shion Crawford. They pretty much made a video part in like a couple of sessions.
Every year, someone announces themselves on the North Shore, and generally they're pulling clips from this spot.
Yep. And I just want to mention that Sunset was not even on the cards. Fucking terrible wave. Can't tell me it is amazing. It's a novelty. Yeah. It's a really good novelty. Yeah. It's great to go to your local shaper and go, I'm going to Sunset. I want to get a fucking 10-6 and use it once and go straight.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Then get stuck in a rip and almost die.
Get stuck in
Sunset can
go.
Next up, we went Trestles in February, knowing that the Hawaiian Islands are somewhat close to mainland America, seeing that they are America.
Yep.
About a 4-hour flight.
Yep.
So it makes sense to keep everyone kind of close, but also get a different wave, get off the islands and really showcase a left and a right.
Yes.
Which, Pipeline obviously a left, Rockies is maybe more of a left, and so Trestles makes sense. It's more of a right.
Well, that was the other factor we probably forgot to mention. We've taken into consideration fairness, so goofy foot, natural foot fairness. And Pipeline is a left, Zach, but probably some of the better waves we've seen there in the last few years have been rights at backdoor. So
there was 2 10s this year, one on the left, one on the right. So bada bing, bada boo.
Yeah. Pipeline's a split peak, so is Rocky Point. Rocky Point probably more predominantly left, but you can go right there, especially when it's smaller. Trestles, left and right. Usually, though, similar to Rocky Point in being a left, this is more of a right. We've done it so that they don't have to they can chill in Hawaii for their Hawaiian season, get the experience there, then move on to Trestles, which obviously a different beast of a wave, but means they're not having to fly from Brazil, or they can stay there and then migrate to America, get that one done. Obviously a much better quality wave than Huntington Beach, satisfies the American market. I'm sure you'd be able to pack out lowers. Probably
it is a bit of a mission,
and you don't have the proximity to businesses and like that location there at Huntington is a bit of a hub for business, and a lot of the sponsors would love it. Although just viewing wise, it's not great. Like if the WSL wants to promote the Challenger Series as something that people want to watch, then you got to put them in better waves. Trestles would get people watching, and you'd see as good a surfing really on the Challenger Series as you would on the tour. There's not that plenty of those guys are good enough to be on the tour, so you'd see it there.
All they need to do is get an e-bike sponsor, whack it at the car park. Bob's your uncle.
Absolutely. Then bit of a break.
Yeah, March off.
Yeah, March and April.
We've
given them March and April off. They can go home, do some training.
They can go to Blues Festival.
Yep. They can go to Blues, or if they're in, in Rio, they can go to Carnival. I don't know when that falls, Carnival, but they can go and let their hair down.
Wherever you are, let your fucking hair down and have a Corona.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a better beer. I'll believe that.
I only said Corona because it's sponsored by the WSL.
Fair. We go then after a couple of months break to Narrabeen. Now, Australia has to have an event.
We should have more than one.
We should have more than one, but we've only got 7 to work with, and we've got to get through. There's more areas than just us, and I thought Hawaii was a priority to have 2 events. We tossed and turned over this one. Kind of thought D-Bar, but there's some sort of state government issues there that maybe prevent that. Then we went to Burleigh, which Zach was keen on. I liked, but also you can get pretty skunked at Burleigh.
You can.
It can be pretty small, as you saw with the tour event this year. It just was saved by a pretty sloppy east swell that filled in and gave them something. But that very easily, as I know well and good, you can be surfing over rocks there. So yeah, we've dropped Burleigh and we settled on Narrabeen. Now Narrabeen, again, it is a bit of a split peak, but the left is better. It's a much steeper wave.
Sure.
And it's in Sydney. So
Plenty of a calm, easy to fly to.
great location. And it's just a good quality wave.
It is.
You'd see some great surfing. And they had
Been there before, so they got the blueprint for it.
Yeah.
They don't have to reinvent the wheel there.
No. And yeah, like Narrabeen, Australia's got to have an event. I think Narrabeen is a good one for that time of year too. May, we're starting to move into the prime time for waves, moving into winter. And yeah, I think you'd be pretty unlucky to not score waves at Narrabeen. It's so consistent.
Yeah.
Moving on then from May, we're sort of going to go June-ish, which sort of Indo season.
Mm-hmm.
Keramis, probably a wave I haven't surfed. I know you've surfed it. Pretty good for a Challenger Series event.
It's good enough for a CT event. Used to be there for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Throw them in the fucking pool. Pina coladas in the pool like, before you heat. Stay at commune, pretty mental joint. No one's going to hate that. The only thing is, to stay at commune, you're going to need Molly Picklam's salary. It is pretty expensive, but it is pretty nice. And you can always stay somewhere else. But Keramis makes perfect sense. It's just a wave that's highly rippable, right-hander. No one would say that's a bad call.
No.
It's on the way. Like if you're leaving Oz, just stop over in Indo on the way over. Fly out of Singapore, then from Singapore you go fucking anywhere in the world.
Cheap flight, close proximity. Everyone wants to go to Indo, so
no boogie boards allowed.
Yeah, and you can also, if you wanted to, because we've given them a bit of a break after this, go on your own surf trip while you're there. You're already in Indo. You may as well go and get some clips or go get some tubes. Giving them another few months off here, so June, July, August off, and then we head to
July. Splendor's coming back, so July you're gonna come.
We factored in the music festivals for this.
Come have a couple disco bickies at Splendor. Let your hair down again. Fuck, we're generous to these CS crew.
Absolutely. We go then to Hossegor, the south of France.
Oui.
Yes, and Hossegor is an event that should still be on the tour. Some of my greatest memories of surf competition have come from this event. I think of Kelly Slater just sliding into a right-hander out there, and Mick Fanning wearing the green and the lime green and white wetsuit. Just things stuck in my head from this event, and I'm sad it's not there. And I'd love.
I think Wilco wore had the red tie.
I think that it was either Portugal or it was there. He was doing that run of wetties in Portugal, but it was around that time in Portugal, and Hossegor usually back to back, so he probably did wear it there. But yeah, look, this is an event. All these guys love France. France is an amazing place to go. Similar to, I guess, Sydney or like commune. You can let your hair down as well after the event.
You called it commune too. Thank you for joining.
Well, I specifically was referring to the commune.
Great, thanks.
You can let your hair down after the event. Great place to be. The waves are amazing. The food's amazing. You've got to have some kind of European, I guess what you call it, representation on the tour as well. We're trying to give every place a venue. And again, it's a left and it's a right. So no one's really favoured. You can go either way.
Before we jump into the last one, the 6 that we've named as well is highly marketable. Yep. Maybe not the most marketable, but I think they're marketable enough and they're iconic enough to draw a crowd to it.
Yeah. What about the Ruka Rocky Point Pro? Has a bit of a name to it.
Yeah. I reckon might give him a call after this.
There you go.
Call up Starkey.
So, and the other thing, so Pipeline left and right, Rocky Point left and right, Trestles left and right, Narrabeen left and right, Keramis is a right, Hossegor is a split peak again, left and right. So everyone's killing it. Everyone's got equal opportunity. And then you go, oh, well, you've got an extra right there with Keramis. Well, the last event in Brazil is left. It's not Saquarema. Fernando de Noronha, which is where that's the location. There's a big rock out to sea, right?
Correct. It's pretty iconic where someone being like a barrel and behind the left barrel is like a headlandy rocky outcrop.
I believe Italo may have done his stab
He did.
Series there where what was it? Stab in the Dark.
Stab in the Dark, as well as I remember King of the Groms. Quicksilver's King of the Groms back in the day was there. I think Sebastian Williams won that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's no, like, we haven't uncovered a spot.
No, it's not. We haven't gone digging here. We've just gone for a slightly better venue than Sakurama that not going to have backwash running through your wave.
The only uncertainty of this, if we were to pitch this to WSL, which we might send an email off after this, is, crowd factor and location wise, it's probably not as iconic as Sakurama and Rio de Janeiro.
You could make it iconic. Like the waves themselves, they speak for themselves. They're much better.
The Brazilian fans would walk through the fucking jungle for 3 days with just the water that they can carry to go watch a surf competition.
100%.
If they're going to get an Italo Stockhead signature.
That beach would be packed out.
It'd be packed. Yeah. So I'm sure they're fine.
So that's our 7.
That's our tour.
I'm pretty happy with it. I think the Challenger Series competitors will be pretty happy with it. And WSL, let us know. We'll come to all these stops. We'll surf them. We could do some testing. We can do some testing. We do some content. Hit us up. WSL actually followed us on Instagram this week, by the way. So
they're listening.
The eyes and ears are open. But yeah,
that's it. Let's pitch it to them, and we will let you know what they say. It will probably be a blank response.
It'd be absolutely no. It'd be crickets. But let's get on to that's a fake tour. Well, the tour we'd like to be real, but it's fake. It's all up in the air at this stage. Let's get on to the real tour. So we got a Challenger Series event running right now.
We have the EDP Ericeira Pro in Portugal. Finley waves look fun, surprisingly fun. Like when I went on Surf One last time we recorded, which was a week ago.
Yeah, it
looked pretty dicey.
Yeah,
but a long range 4E's never really come to fruition. So
yeah,
I'm kind of glad that they've got the waves that they got.
Mate, you noted here. It looks very similar to 3 Foot Bells and if Bell's Bowl met Lennox Point on high tide. First thing I thought of looking at conditions last night was like, that looks like Lennox Point on high tide. That was the first thing I thought of. And
Mike and Madonna must have a stiffy going, oh my God, I'm going to wax these fucking people.
Immediately thought of Mike and McDonough and went, he's going to have fun here. We're recording now. Day 2 of the event's probably on. So
it's about to start.
Yeah, we're just recapping the first day. We'll be back with the full event recap next week for an episode. It'll be all said and done by then. The forecast is looking great. So they're going to run tonight on probably the smallest day remaining.
Tonight, look, we're about to find out. Let me quickly go onto the U-boot, but I think it's going to be pretty grindy, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be any memorable sessions.
Cal Robson's out first heat, so if it's on, I'd love to quickly find out.
Oh no, let's push back the start.
Okay, that's almost good because we can watch it.
Fog, I reckon it's fog.
It's fog for sure. Fog related. Maybe high tide. Maybe it's too high.
They were saying yesterday that the high tide was going to be an issue, so maybe that's it. So yeah, if no one's listening live except for you.
If you hacked into my phone.
I thought I was going to be so good and get an inside scoop. Fuck, I'm an idiot.
Put it this way, we're not going to be reviewing day 2, so that's all going to be to come. But we did both watch day 1, and there was some really good surfing.
There was. I'm going to jump in there. I didn't watch day 1. I did the cheat.
I say we, meaning me.
Largo, which is 50-50.
Brand Largo. I've taken the reins on this one because I enjoy watching these things. I know you do to an extent. It's not your cup of tea as much.
I think this is why the Largo has been quite popular in the WSL space. Is everyone wants to know what's happening, but couldn't give a fuck to put 8.5 hours into a YouTube stream.
They just get me to do it.
So we do it, mostly you. But in this case, I did like the half cheat where I just watched the recap.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why a lot of people come to us. It's just for us to do the enduring 8 hours and debrief it.
We'll know when you come to us, at least one of us has watched 8 hours of surfing.
Correct.
So you're not getting replays. It's like at least me, has been tuning in. So
I made a conscious effort this morning
to
go back through and rewatch some heats.
Beautiful. Love that for you. What were your takings? Have you got any before we go a bit deeper? Do you have any takings?
I don't know what you mean by takings.
Or like, what were your takeaways from watching the recap?
It looked good on camera, but if someone come in from that surf saying it's fucking shit, I'd understand, because it looked a little slopey, and there's nothing worse surfing a wave that has a long wall but no really intent behind it. It's like, how do you surf it? Like, you in your mind you've got a long wall, like, makes sense.
Yeah,
anyone could surf it, but you have to read the wave of when it's got that little power pocket and when it's kind of going flat.
Yeah.
So I could understand if someone was like, it's not that good out there. No. But hey, it's better than previous events.
For sure. A lot of cutties going down. The reason I asked that question specifically was you made note, and I thought you wrote, shout out to, or props to the WSL Daily Highlights editor putting some fruity house beats on the recap.
Actually,
you're taking from the video.
Yeah, well,
one of them.
It was actually like Shazamable. I was like, that's actually kind of sick. And then I kind of got I was kind of drawn by that music. So
yeah,
thank you to whoever who made that. But also another shout out to WSL for utilizing Jessie Starling.
Yes.
So if you're not familiar, she's making her way through the ranks. She commentated the Oz leg for the CT as well. I really like her.
She's good.
She's very switched on. She has very little downtime when commentating. Commentating's fucking hard.
100%.
And there's people who shouldn't do it, and there's a couple on the tour that shouldn't do it, trust me. But she does really well to fill the blank space. And in surfing, there is blank space everywhere. So big well done to WSL.
The thing with Jessie as well is like she's still new to it. So there's like moments there, and like Joe Tapel and those guys, they're like, they stuff up. You wouldn't even know it. And she's like in that sort of realm where like you can tell occasionally she'll say something that's like you can tell she wasn't stoked with. She's like, oh, like probably shouldn't have said that, or like, and not in a bad way, just like, oh, that wasn't really me.
It was a hit and a miss.
It was just like, yeah, I was like, oh, just throw that out there and it doesn't really mean anything. But she's really good at like getting back onto like continuing the conversation so it doesn't sit in the airwaves. And she's that's like a really good skill, one that even for us on here, like it's kind of like it's easy to say something and go,
and we're not even live, and sometimes
100%.
I'm talking and I'm like, yes, I'm going to say this, and it just goes, and you're like, fuck.
Well, starting the pod, once we get going, it's fine, but like starting the podcast is an issue.
Oh yeah,
it's bad. Like if I'm not releasing the start of this one because it was pretty bad, but it's like it's not live, but it feels like people are watching, and then you kind of get talking and you forget that people are watching. But
well, imagine these guys that look down, it says like 17,000 people are watching.
Yes, yeah.
And I spoke to Chris Binns about it actually, and he said she's actively asking like all the other crew that we mentioned, like Joe Tapel, Kaipo, and Chris Cote and all that, like, how do I get better? Like, she's not there to cash in a check. No. There's one or two people that I believe are just like, they get the call up because of their name, and then they just cash a check. They're not there to be better at the next event. She's taking notes, man, and being like, I want to be on the tour full time.
Cool.
Rosie Hodging.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
She's there to stay, in my opinion, if I had the authority to do so.
All right, well, I'll run through a couple of my sort of standouts for the day. And two of which they weren't necessarily the best heat total wise. So Freddie Moraes and Alfonso Tunes. Now Freddie had like a 10.6 heat total. Alfonso had 12.3. Alfonso looked really good in his heat. But it wasn't necessarily like the surfing that they were doing, but it was like I guess it is. It sounds stupid to say, but it's like the type of surfing that they do. Both live in this area. They've clearly got a really good read on that wave. And their turns are really well set up to give them success at this wave. And what I mean by that is Freddie Moraes, he has a snap that is really free. It's almost, I wouldn't go as far as Kanoa. Kanoa has that really nice free-flowing tail slide snap. And Kanoa is someone that's in the draw who we didn't know, but he's going to do really well here too. He's amazing at this location. But these guys that have grown up here, they're really good at getting a major turn in on a section that's not quite there, but it gives them the speed to get out of it and go straight into a second one. And Freddie Moraes is a perfect example of that. He does this snap that's this little like lip glide, almost like finner, doesn't throw an awful lot of spray, but it's a major maneuver. And he comes out of it with spray with speed that allows him to get into a second turn. And immediately linking two turns together, this wave is so fat and burgery and sectiony, and kind of like you got to hop around to find a closeout. But if you get those two linking turns in immediately, it's a 5. and 5s yesterday were in a lot of cases enough to get you through the heat. The waves weren't amazing.
Yep.
He was really good. Alfonso was doing the same, just picking the eyes out of the lineup. Also had Adura Matrian. He was a standout of the day, probably highest heat total, I believe, in round 1. 14.93. Adura Matrian. Great name. Sounds French. I think he is French, but he's representing a flag I've never seen before.
What flag is it? Give me a look.
There's 2 people in that heat.
What heat am I looking at?
That's one.
Oh, that's Basque country.
Isn't that France?
Spain. Well, 2 different nations, but yeah, Basque country is Basque or Basque, whatever you want it to be.
Why not just... Yeah, okay, cool.
They were the ones that said no to the Israeli surfers. The WSL comp got cancelled. The Basque.
Really?
Or the Basque were like, no Israeli surfers are coming to Basque country.
So...
Fun fact.
So technically he's just,
I don't think it had anything to do with the dirt.
Yeah. Well, so that's just Spain, technically.
Yeah, it's its own provenance.
Right.
So I don't think the Spanish and the Basque are happy with your statement.
Okay.
But yes, different flag.
Okay.
To get a flag, got to do something different.
Well, here's the standout. So
well done, sir.
7.6, 7.33 in conditions that were very challenging.
What do you think of his style, though? I'm a little on the fence.
His style is funny, and that was a bit of a talking point out of it. He surfs and, like, I don't know, it's like his one thing, if that makes sense. There's like, it's almost a slightly robotic in his movements, and it's like he's one continuous, like you see Ethan, and it's not moving parts in that he's got limbs flailing everywhere, but it's almost like his top half of his body is separate to his bottom half, and he's got that real big torque as he comes through his front side turns.
Yeah, everything's synchronized.
Yeah, and he's got that like kind of whip that the upper body moves first, whereas like Adura is like, he just looks like he's like one thing. No, it all just moves together. If
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
There's no joints.
No.
One big tendon.
Rips though. Like,
he does
really good.
Well, clearly he was the standout of the day.
Yeah. He put up 14.93 points. You don't really do that in a Challenger Series if you're not ripping. The other guy Jose Francisco from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of him before in my life.
Either.
He got
no way, Jose.
Like really, like I've never heard the commentators battling so hard to not say someone has a bad style.
Yeah, now that's where it gets tough. I've commentated like under 12 girls, Paco Gromstomp back in the day, and like there's only so much you can say if someone's nosediving, or he wasn't nosediving, but you know what I mean. It's like it's a tough chat.
100%.
Well, with an optimistic,
you got to put a spin
perspective
on it, for sure. Well, this guy, again, never heard of him. He's just one of these Brazilian guys that's really good at doing frontside punts, probably new backside punts too. Got a full rotation on lock. He's a big piece of work as well. He's a big bit of gear. But his style wasn't amazing, but won the heat regardless. But listening to, I think it was Pete Evans and Ben Mundy maybe in the commentary booth, or whoever it was, listening to them two trying not to say that he has a poor style, and also like Pete Evans trying to get the co-commentator to say it. You kept like pushing him. He's like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you trying to say? And he kept going. The other guy kept going. I think it was Ben Mundy, and was like, he's like, oh yeah, it's just like it's good to have like a bit of theatrics, but like not that. Like that's a bit too much. And it was like, what really wanted him to say he had a bad style.
Yeah, and that's why the Largo needs to commentate, because it will just say what it is.
Yeah. Look,
there's no dancing around the bush. It's
bad style, but I respect the hustle. Like he friggin' beat some really good surfs in this heat. Beat Lucas Cassidy, who's Mexican. Surfs really good. Luke Tema just backed himself and didn't hold back in any way. Picked some decent waves and did his surfing that again wasn't super pretty on the eyes, but got it done.
Tell you what wasn't super pretty on the eyes.
What?
Rafael Teixeira's claim.
Let's talk about it.
So, if you haven't seen this, guys, it was a claim that reminisced of the White Lightning himself, Mick Fanning, coming out of that the backhand tube at Pipeline, winning the world title, just fist to the fucking air, like he's at a protest or some shit. And Rafi has done the same, although there was no world title on the line. It was not Pipeline.
It was a round of 80 heat.
It was a round of 80 heat
at Ericeira.
at Ericeira after doing board riders level surfing.
Yeah.
Might I add, needed a 6.9, got a 7.07. So a couple judges said no.
Yeah.
Couple said yes.
The claim potentially Zachary could have been what got him the score. I initially was a bit baffled by the score. Even the commentators were. Even generally, they will keep it open for the judges, and they will never say yes or no on a score. Like, even if they don't believe it's the score, they'll be like, we'll just leave it in the judges' hands. Like,
yep,
we don't.
They cop out.
Yeah, they just go, look, we're not sure, maybe not, but we'll leave it up to the judges because we're wrong in these, or whatever they say. Like, both of them, even Jesse was just going, like, that's not going to be the score. And I was like, we'll just like, hold up there, Jesse. And it was close. Daiki Tanaka was the guy ahead of him. Got a 6.9 earlier in the heat. Really clean surfing on a smaller wave, which was crispy, but the end section lacked a bit of punch. It was a foamy section, came back at him, and he kind of just like windscreen wiped it, threw a little bit of spray and rode out. Was a great score, 6.9. One of the better waves in that heat at that point. And then with not that long to go, Raphael took off and needed like you said, like a 6.9 or whatever it was, or a 6.8 or whatever it was, and through like little boggy sort of off the takeoff, kind of almost caught a rail and then carved it back, did a second turn, and then really threw it at the end section. And
yeah, when you say threw it, he just kind of rode across the whitewash, and it happened to throw a little bit of spray up.
It was like a dramatic wave, and I immediately was like, that can't be the score. But then you throw it back to Daiki's wave, and it's like, I can see what they've done there, because the finish on Daiki's was so tame, so timid. It was just like a very easy, like, whitewash section. Raphael's was actually throwing a bit of lip at him, and he went up into it. So I can kind of see where they were, why they went there. Would have been happy either way, though. Not really a robbery either way. But yeah, I think it's the 7 was kind of fair, but the claim was a bit rogue.
The claim was like, as soon as he saw that the nose was clear of the whitewash, which is deemed a complete maneuver.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his fucking shoulder didn't pop out. It was that aggressive. It was like full Hitler, but without the thing, like with different kind of arm movement. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I get it if that was like a semi or a quarter, but round 80 is like, bro, it's first heat. You're not even in the seeded round.
Yeah.
I get the passion, but
I guess they all mean something though. Like maybe this is a result for him. That remains to be seen. But
well, I doubt it, because he's been doing it for about 15 years.
Like, bottom line here is though, pretty good day for Aussies generally.
Great start.
Lost Taj Stokes in Heat 1, which I imagine it's his first time here, so it's fair enough. Like, you get the reps in. Billy Stammen, who will kind of like, is an Anzac. We'll claim the Anzac link.
He's an Anzac, yeah.
Lost him also, but then beyond that, Dakota Walters won his first heat. He actually lost out in the next round. Dill Moffat, though, still going. Who else we have? Tully Wiley scraped through by the skin of his teeth on the very last wave of his heat.
The big man on the back end. That's always going to be deadly.
Yeah, and then we move into round 2, and we've got Georgie Pittard won his first heat. Geordie Lawler won his heat also, and we're yet to see. We've got Cal Robson and Dill Moffat in heat 5. That is going to be the first heat of the day. So pretty excited to watch that one. Just quickly on the round 2, or round of 64 as they call it, a few big results here. So Cade Matson went nuts, had the highest score of the day, 8.33. Really put it to the guys in his heat. He had a tough heat too. He had Emai DeVault, World Tour class surfer. Dakota, who's no easy beat anywhere. Dakota put up nearly 12 points, which a lot of times will get you through heats, but not in this occasion. And Lucas Vicente, who's really, really good, Brazilian surfer. And then the other one, Sammy Pupo, who's my pick to win, or maybe my pick to win the event. I can't remember, but I put him in somewhere in my pick.
He was mentioned.
He had 15.23 heat total, so really solid start to the event for him. We'll roll into some prediction, or not predictions, but like just some heats to watch.
Yep.
And you guys at home, if you're listening to this tomorrow, chances are they'll run this event tonight, so you probably know how these heats go. First heat though, which is a banger: Jackson Bunch, Cal Robson, Luca Messinas, Dylan Moffat. That's a cracker.
I'm going Jackson, Dill.
You're going to go those two. You're going to say Cal's going to... I really like Cal at this wave. I think it suits his surfing really well. I think he'll make it. And it's going to be... I think Jackson too, though. His back is so electric.
Cal's big lad.
He
and
is.
if it's small...
Yeah, true.
Forecast
could
it's
play.
It's nothing you can do. And I've said it before, when you put those big statured lads that are just known for their power surfing in small, dribbly waves, they're just in a disadvantage. Yeah. Dill's kind of light on his feet, very zippy light on his feet. Jackson is probably the poster child for being light on your feet.
Yeah.
If the forecast is what it says it's supposed to be, that's where it goes.
So at Heat 8, Kanoa Igarashi, Ian Gentile, Shion Crawford, Joe Azuchi. Banger.
Kanoa's going to win that.
Kanoa wins.
Kanoa could win this whole event, realistically.
Realistically, if we had our time again and we knew Kanoa was in this event, you'd probably just put him as the winner. But so Kanoa wins. Second in that heat, I probably think Ian Gentile, just based on his runs on the ball. But Shion's having a bit of a career this year, so that's really close for me.
I'm going Joe.
You're going to chuck Joe in there?
Just if I'm just...
Like, it's tiny.
I know. And if it's waist high dribble over some shitty rocks, then that's how you get through a heat.
Yeah. The other one I had in mind, so this is maybe even heat of the round. There's two probably that are heats around that the other one I'll get to next. Maddie McGillivray, Jorgan Kuzanet, Xavier Huxtable, Callie Vast. Cracker. Again, world tour pedigree here with Maddie McGillivray. Although waves probably not going to suit him as much. Jorgan's looking spicy.
Yeah, he's a pretty tall lad though.
He's tall, but he's similar to...
I wonder if he's got a watch.
He's so light in his feet. I think Cowley may struggle in these slopier waves.
Fuck, he looked good already, but...
Yeah.
He looks so... Every time I watch him now, he's looking more and more ready for the CT. Asked me 12 months ago, I would have said no.
Yeah.
But I think watching him throughout the Challenger Series this year, looking more and more ready, he would fit in quite well, in my opinion. Yeah. I reckon Maddie's got the win.
Yep. I'm gonna go Jorgan, and I'm gonna go Zave Hux.
I'm gonna go Maddie and Zave.
Yep. Cool. And then this heat here is it's like, for the conditions we're getting especially, which is likely to be small right-handers, Mateus Hurdy, Eli Hanneman, Bronson Meady, Jose Francisco. It's like, just...
That's like...
Let's put back the armchair and just sit.
It's like watching three kids on Extra Joss go surfing, eh? Just bang.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bronson.
Yeah.
And Mateus.
Yeah, I'm the same there. Don't really know what the WSL is trying to do to us here. We've got Heat 14, Ryan Callanan, Mikey McDonough, Caius King all in the same heat. So we're going to lose an Australian there. And then Heat 16, Liam O'Brien, Jackson Baker, Tully Wiley. Just got Aussies just stacked up against each other. It's heavy.
Yeah, that sucks. And those Aussie lads, they travel to these events together. Yeah. Regardless of sponsors, they sit down on the beach. Yeah. Holding hands pretty much. So it's going to be... Having beers, having a laugh. So it's going to be tough.
There's going to be at least one, maybe two very happy Australians and one definitely very sad Australian. So it's got to be it's kind of that awkward one when you're walking up the beach and it's like, well done, guys. And then you're like, oh, bad luck.
And when they walk up together, you're like...
Oh, what do I say?
You can't say well done, lads. You can't say bad luck, guys. It's just, head down.
And then in terms of the ladies' heats, my internet's dropped out, but there was one really, really good heat featuring Ellie Harrison. Can't remember who else was in it. But
I think Tia Zabrowski was in it.
No, Tia has Sally Fitz. And she's going to absolutely wipe the floor with her too.
Oh, man. I don't think that'll happen. I reckon Tia might get the win, but if there's a wave that Sally can surf well, is a dribbly, shitty 2-foot wave.
I think she puts up 13.
Can I put a fiver on a grab rail reverse by Sal?
Yeah, you can. I think it's highly likely.
Super early grab, almost off the bottom.
She'll grab on the takeoff and then hold it
the whole way
until she gets to the end turn.
And she'll just throw the neck around and just spin around.
But yeah, the Ellie Harrison heat was very was a really good one, which I'm excited to watch. Again, internet's coinked out, so I don't know what that was. Now we've kind of covered that. You will know these results reiterating that, like we're not sort of privy to any of these, so we don't know what's going to happen. But again, we'll come back to round 2 onwards in our wrap up next week.
Correct. We've got a bit of time to recap one more event.
And we don't have much on this, but we do have a phone call with the man himself who took this one out. And this was the Billabong Tahara Pro QS 6000, which finished up a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And you may have seen in a story, the waves didn't necessarily show up for this event, but
I had a chat to a few of the lads, and it was described perhaps one of the worst waves for an event.
Right. Across the board, just
across the board. Yep. Unfortunately.
It was really poor. We put it on our story and on our Instagram feed as well.
It reminisced like those like NSA, NSSA, whatever they're called, comps in America, where it's just like on the shore, lapping on the shore.
Kalani Ball commented on one of the posts as well and said the same. He's like, I remember doing like a Jack's Pro, whatever it was in America at Newport or whatever, and it was like, it was worse than this. So I was like, Jesus, like worse than that's worrying.
Saying something.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Japan. You can get such good waves, or you can get skunked purely based on weather patterns and systems that come through. And if they're not there, then she's pretty small, unfortunately. But in the men's, we had a really good Aussie contingent finishing. All 4 in the top were all Australian.
Yeah, all 4 semi-finalists, all Australian.
Yep.
And that's why we kind of had a bit of interest in coming back to this one, and we kind of almost glossed over it last week, which we were upset about. But
as soon as we stopped recording, I was like, yeah.
But
our good friend Caleb,
well, that's
who we were just talking to a couple of months ago, got the win, which I'm pretty sure is his maiden QS 6000 win.
It's a huge event to win too for his standings,
given his story too.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do we fucking let this slip? So we will throw in our conversation shortly after this.
Honourable mention goes out though to the Beagle, Lennox Smith and Taji Stokes. They both got third in that event. So results all around. And it's got me thinking, Zach, since we've started this podcast, we haven't been going for very long. But we've had Connor O'Leary comes on. He talks about his will to wins an event. When they get Caleb Tancred on and Lennox Smith, they're both sitting first and second on the QS right now, Australasian region. Is there a Largo effect going on here?
I told you when we interviewed Connor, we are the fucking leprechaun that these surfers need. Well, actually no. I just nearly said Dane Henry, but we got him.
We got him
on after.
We can't claim that one.
But hey, like the next one we can claim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oscar Berry's up there. We got Oscar on at one stage. Yeah, we had a phone call with Oscar. But he's featured, so
want to add, we have a guest list that's looking thicker than
who?
Cake batter.
Names.
I was just like, fuck, I've got to get something out. But yeah, we got a good guest list coming up, which will be good.
Dates of which, no idea.
Yes,
but they've agreed to come on.
Yes,
at some point. We just don't know when, but stay tuned. Let's
quick rankings check.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got a chat with Caleb coming up, so hang around. We'll chuck that in at. Maybe we chuck it in. No, chuck it in at the end. We'll chuck it in at the end. Yep. We'll do a quick rankings check, like I just touched on. Lennox Smith, Caleb Tancred, Largo effect, first and second. They're pretty commanding out in front right now. Reefy Hazelwood in at third. Good to see him doing good things. He's coming back real strong. Taji Stokes, we're off the back of that result. He's killing it too. Fourth place, Xavier Bryce in at fifth. I think we maybe get a couple more qualifiers than that. We've only got a top 5 screenshot, but that's fine. We'll run with those. Then on the ladies' side, Charlie Haitley up in first place. Lucy Dara, Isla Harperts, Paige Hareb, and Anne Dos Santos, who is Brazilian.
I'm pretty sure she's in Oz though.
Yeah, but
she lives in Australia.
Okay.
Gold Coast, I'm pretty sure.
Weird.
Not sure how that goes.
No, because I've looked into this before for me because I'm English and I was going, should I change my flag to England on my WSL profile if I ever do an event again? I was going to. I believe there's like something to do, and maybe they've changed it now, but at the time when I was looking, it was like you can't because you got to you've got to collect points from the region that you represent, if that makes sense. So I'd have to go and do the English tour, which I've zero interest in doing. But yeah, I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. But then no. But maybe they've changed it. It makes sense because it's like if you're gonna do the whole tour, you may as well collect points there.
Yes, correct.
People used to like come and do the Australasian tour, and they just go and try and get the prize money. I think Sarah Baum, she used to represent South Africa, and she couldn't clock points in Australia. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of all we've got. Stay tuned for merch as well.
Yep, we got merch coming, and we are thinking that's going to come out next week.
So we're going to say Thursday release.
Yep.
Next week. Got hats, we got tees. You've seen them. We've been like dangling them for weeks. We're pretty shocking. Like we definitely could have had them out by now. They're still sitting there. We're very new to this, so we're trying to make sure everything works on the release date.
We're building anticipation.
We are, yeah.
We're marketing geniuses,
we're
mate.
edging.
We are edging.
But that is going to be Thursday the
9th.
Okay, Thursday the 9th.
Yeah.
That's going to drop. We're going to have it all on there, so we'll make it very well known on our socials beforehand. You guys can jump in. But Thursday the 9th, merch is dropping. Limited run, so probably going to have to be pretty quick. But yeah, stay tuned.
Yep, and to round us out, Finley, let's whack in our conversation with Caleb Tancred.
Thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy this little chat. Ciao.
What do you think of Japan then? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you...
Nah, I bloody love Japan. It's mental.
How's your Japanese go?
Nah, I don't know shit. Not going to pretend like I do either. I probably should try harder.
Yeah, that's fair.
The people are like incredible. Nice people, always trying to help. As you know, the food's insane. We're rinsing this sushi train of like $1 plate like every night.
Who are you with, Caleb? Who are you staying with?
I room with Leno.
Right. How much sushi does that kid eat?
Yeah, he had a crack. He's smashing the spiders every night. You know, like the cola float.
No way.
Like a big scoop of ice cream dumped in it.
Lennox on the spiders. That's amazing.
Sending them straight to his head.
With that, Caleb, as well. Like obviously, you had a pretty sick crew there. Four of you semi-finalists, all Aussies. Talk us through though. Like we're pretty lucky here in Australia, waves wise. Like for the most part, we're in a good part of the world. Those waves you had to surf though were pretty horrific. What was your kind of mindset going out there? Were you just trying to get grindy or?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I feel like it didn't faze me one bit just because of the position I was in. I knew if it only took one more result and I was going to be on the challenges, so I didn't really think twice about the conditions. It was just about getting through as many heats as I can, and I actually enjoy like the competitive side of things and the heat strategy and all that comes with that. So no matter the waves, I enjoy that side of things either way. So I actually wasn't too phased.
Yeah, amazing. And I guess it was like all the way through that draw, you look at every heat total, there wasn't many getting over sort of 10, 11 points and doing what you have to do to get through those heats. You feel pretty confident in those waves that you can you don't even necessarily have to be on the better waves, I guess, because there's really no good waves. You're pretty confident you can beat your competitor just based on your own merit.
Yeah, you just got it. You can't sit and wait in those conditions. Like, literally just boat wake and win spots. As long as you give yourself opportunity, you should end up on a couple. It just felt like another shit day down in the Vodka Pines when I was a young kid. But yeah, it was like all 4s and 5s. It was the odd rare 6, but we're actually laughing when like boys were in certain situations and they needed a 4 for like that's really like an 8 or a 7.8, like justifying enough for the way, which is funny.
What about in the final? Reggie kind of put it to you pretty quick. You got some 4s on you pretty quick in waves that were, where 4s are pretty hard to come by. What was going through your noggin then?
I just had to get away from him. I'm not sure if he was watching this. Get as far away from him as I could. I waited so long to fire and just absolutely shimmer. And and just gapped it. And luckily, whilst he was still making his way to me, I jagged a 4 and a 3, and then just played out the end of the heat all right. And I was gifted one right at the end, thank God, which was a good wave for those types of conditions. And I just had to surf it. I'm not sure if you watched it, but I nearly fell over my heel. I was that nervous, nearly tripped on my laces, but I got there in the end.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen that, mate. You got the wave to do it, and you definitely nearly went over the handlebars, but you pulled it back, which is pretty sick. Yeah, were you fairly confident? Like, obviously, you got off to that start. The waves that were coming through, as we sort of touched on before, they're neither here nor there. Like, it's kind of they're much the same. Even after you got those 2 4s, you were always fairly confident you could rein him back and eventually get him.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like I wasn't too stressed, you know. It's a final. It's not like it's. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too worried. Finals is kind of like where you're fully relaxed. Like if it's meant to be, it'll be. Like, so I wasn't too stressed at all. To be honest, obviously you want to win, but you can't.
Well, and I guess you kind of like. You're in the final, so you can't really, like, you're there. You may as well just do your best, obviously. And on the day, mate, it was more than enough. You walk away with some crucial points, which has got you right up the top of the QS rankings for the Australasian region. You're looking pretty. Well, I don't know if you'll say it yourself, but you're looking pretty well locked. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm up the rankings, not at the top, unfortunately.
Who's ahead of you?
Leno. The little piglet just got me. Which is funny. We had a good trip and a good laugh over. I'm not sure if you saw the photo. We the Asia Series, they do like a yellow jersey for leader, so we pinched that after the event, and we took a photo in that, which was pretty funny. With Reggie and myself. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I haven't done the math, so I'll have to ask Ty, but. Yeah, looking pretty solid for next year. I'll do the Philippines and then see how the rest of the year plays out. Philippines is definitely the one on the series that I'll most look to, so it'll be much more enjoyable now, and I might drag a few boys from home over with me because I heard the place is good fun.
Yeah, don't get too caught up in the jungle, mate. It's caught a few victims, that one.
I heard
Speaking of getting caught up in the jungle, tell us, mate, how did you celebrate? Surely there's some stories in Tokyo at some kind of weird strip joint.
We didn't quite get to a strip joint. That was the plan. We got 2 pissed and it was too late. Everywhere was closed. But we went to a few fun karaoke bars and little underground bars with Reggie and Leno. Yeah, and then I actually went back to the coast last weekend to see the boys from home, and we had a good crack there as well. But back to reality now and looking at the next comp.
You got the double rinsing?
Yeah, the 2 for 1. Celebrated with the boys over there and then went back home for the weekend. But yeah, no crazy stories. We had good fun. So it's a pretty standard nudge on the beer.
Yeah, unreal. Didn't get to make the strip club, but enough good times with the lads anyway.
What do they call it? I think they call it soapland in Japan or something.
Oh, fuck knows. There's 100 different things there that can get you pretty stuck pretty quick. There's a lot of places there where you got to call the embassy afterwards.
Yeah, it's a be a meltdown. It's like, all you can drink at those karaoke bars is so dangerous.
Yeah.
You're like sitting there with just a jug of piss in front of you.
And what, you're saying you had to change your flight so that you could have a bit of a rinsing?
Yeah, because I was meant to fly home the Sunday night and go straight to work Monday morning. So I was lucky the boss was lenient and he gave me another 24 hours in the country to enjoy it.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah, we made the most of that. It was fun. Not like, yeah, when Leno and I are on the way over, like if we get a result, we're definitely staying, and then everything just fell into place.
Unreal. So now you're back to reality. Like, What's the office been like this week?
Yeah, it's pretty standard. No one cares. No one cares what you came when you're back in the office, which is pretty cool. I kind of like it. But yeah, no one in the office really even knows much about surface apart from grades. I don't even know if they follow it, so it's pretty cool. Just back to normality.
That keeps you humble, hey?
100% keeps you grounded. When you got deadlines, no one cares what you came in your event.
Yeah, fair. That's good. Keeps us grounded.
Yeah.
Unreal, Brad.
But yeah, just locked in there for a few weeks and then head to the Philippines and then see how the rest of the year plays out.
I reckon the rest of the year is going to be pretty fruitful for you. Finley and I have had a chat. Most of our guests on the podcast seem to do pretty well after they come on. So I reckon there's something coming.
It has been that way, hasn't it?
It has been.
Well, I flicked the win.
We're calling it the Largo effect.
Does that mean Jai's going to have a crack at the QS?
Yeah, I think so. Coming back.
Yeah, sweet. But yeah, hopefully, I haven't done the maths, but hopefully on the challenges and give that a nudge next year. I'm excited.
I reckon you'll be at home on that series next year, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Have a crack. Hopefully, fights on the series and even just the rest of it. It's bloody fun.
Yeah, fucking oath. You'll get your turn. I know it.
Hope so.
Easy, bruh. Thanks for your time. I know it's 6 o'clock.
No,
Just knocked off work, so we won't keep you too much longer.
You're alright. Are you boys doing a pod tonight, or are you done?
We just wrapped up. You're our what do you call it at the end? Best till last.
Oh yeah.
The finisher.
Did you break down the Japan comp?
Yeah. We didn't go too crazy into it, but we definitely gave you a good rap and Billy as well. But we kind of like you would know pretty well. There wasn't much to talk about.
Yeah, no, it's not like you can show many highlights.
just you winning. Hopefully, we get some highlights from your nightclub sessions. We might be able to include those.
Yeah, I've probably got a few snippets.
Send them over.
Reggie and Leno probably got a couple funny ones too.
Yeah, flick them through and then send us an invoice. Easy, bruh. We'll catch up for a surf soon.
Let's do it. See you lads.